Getting up to no good.
I mean, it's almost like a disability.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. 93.3 KZOZ rocks.
You saw the sunrise this morning, right?
It looked really smoky.
It was a good sunrise.
It's always behind you. I stare right at it. I don't know why. I swear they built all these studios so the sun comes up and hits me right in the face every day. I'm just saying. You would think they would have turned the room thinking, well, maybe we shouldn't have the sun right in the person's eyes.
Absolutely. I think it was the architects scheming against you. They knew when they built this place 20 years before your employee at this station that this one day, this guy named Jeremy's going to come here.
Well, no, it's not just me.
We're going to get him in the face with the sun.
So what you can't see is I sit on the side where you control the console thing. So this is the seat where if there's not two people in here and Jeff sits across from me with his back to the window, and so he doesn't get the sun in his eyes like I do. He gets it on the back of his head.
Which do you prefer, seeing a sunset or a sunrise?
Oh, I'm a sunrise guy. You know what? Sunsets are really nice, but there's something about the way the light, the shadows, everything in the morning, the energy it brings, and maybe that's because I'm a morning person.
Starts a new day. It signifies the start of a new day. When you're camping, gosh, sunrise kicks sunset's ass when you're camping.
Yes. And so it's almost like I'm camping all the time because it just kicks ass. It kicks ass. And that's why, at least I'm glad that I can see the sunrise here.
In a recent survey,
even though it's in my eyes,
the majority of the people say they prefer the sunset to the sunrise. Now,
I think most people don't get up in time for the sunrise. I don't think they understand what they're missing.
We have amazing sunsets here.
Mm-hmm.
And recently, my God, some of the sunsets have been.
And where we used to live before this, we lived in Eastern Washington. And do you remember the sunsets there? I mean, they would go on forever. It was almost like being in the Midwest because there wasn't really big mountains or hills like you have here. There was hills like the rolling hills of the east side of Paso Robles.
Yes, I always equate a Pullman sunset to a Templeton sunset.
Yeah.
It's the exact same sunset.
But the skies and the colors were just great all the time. And, but I love sunsets, but I prefer sunrises for sure. And, I think the reason that most people would probably pick a sunset over a sunrise is they're a hopeless romantic, or they just don't get up early enough. Am I jealous of those people?
You're actually you're attaching reasoning to them?
I might be a little jealous of those people that they get to sleep in. But then I don't know, you're really missing out on something
Well,
nice.
you could see a sunset if you wanted to any time of the year.
I see one every day. I mean, the sun goes, down before I go to bed, except for when we're in the summertime. Right in the middle of the summer, sometimes I'm in bed before the sun goes.
Are you really?
Down. Yeah, because sometimes the sun doesn't go down until after 9 o'clock. Sometimes I'm in bed. Yeah, sure it does. In August, it'll go down at 9 o'clock, and then I'll be in bed sometimes by, if it's a work week, 8:30. Sometimes I go to bed and it's still light outside.
We have shut the book on.
And the other thing I don't like is living in the 5 cities. Sometimes I don't get to see a sunset or a sunrise because of the damn fog.
True that. That is true. Like the sunrise is almost always a given. The sunset, not so much.
Yeah, the fog comes in.
So this is the new poll question brought to you by SurfNet Communications. We are shutting the book on the
Bloody Mary?
Bloody Mary discussion because it's a foregone conclusion. We know now that people prefer the Bloody Mary to the screwdriver or the mimosa. Really like 3-1 almost. So let's just call it, we feel comfortable calling this selection on the Bloody Mary, the three-way, race between the Bloody Mary, the screwdriver, and the mimosa. The Bloody Mary is going to, win again in the hair of the dog, and that won't be brought up for some years.
I sit here and I think about, we were talking about sunrise, sunsets, things you might miss. And I'm like, I usually go to bed by 9 o'clock and I have friends that'll post things 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. They were out here, they were doing this. And, I was like, God, I kind of miss, I feel like I'm missing out a little bit on that life. What happens after dark?
The early riser. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm in bed by dark.
No, I know.
Hi, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hello.
I think your fat cheek hit the mute button on your phone.
Oh, don't call him fat. Come on.
That's that happened. You're talking to somebody, your fat cheek hits your mute, and they're talking. And
that's rude.
Not sure. I had a bad cell connection there. 805-543-3693 Pro Airbnb. Bill just sent in a beautiful, looks like the sunrise in Templeton. Oh, don't look at it, Jeff. You'll miss it. I know you miss Temple-Tucky.
I do.
Wow, that
I'll
is
get
nice.
back up there.
I guarantee it doesn't look like that in AG ever. Very rarely.
Dan Quinn was a 1-2 favorite. So that means you had to, you actually made good money on Bill O'Brien. If you bet 100, you won 900 on Bill O'Brien getting fired versus Dan Quinn on the first head coach being fired. He was the odds-on favorite. Adam Gase was next, Matt Patricia, Mike Zimmer, then Doug Marrone. I don't know if you saw the play yesterday where they decided to take Gardner Minshew and make him a receiver.
I didn't see him in any of this
James
game.
Robinson took the direct snap and had no idea what to do with it, and then ended up running over towards the sideline and fumbling the ball for the Houston Texans to take over on a 4th down and short. It was the worst trick play that I've ever seen in the game of football. And it was not because of the execution was the second worst part of it. The first worst part of it was watching Gardner Minshew split out into motion was the most painful thing I've ever seen.
He's an athlete. I don't understand.
The guy was not meant to be a receiver.
Why was that so weird? You would think an athlete would just run over there. It looked
like if they said I woke up yesterday morning, they're like, hey, we need you to run a trick play for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They flew me to Houston. I did the trick play, and then I got back on the plate afterwards and did it. It was bad. They weren't fooling anybody.
I'm sitting here watching Gardner Minshew highlights right now, and I'm hoping they're going to show this. They probably are not going to show it. That is not. I
don't think that would be a highlight. I think that would be a low light.
A low light, for sure.
Of all that Gardner Minshew's done in his illustrious career as a collegiate and pro quarterback, that is not considered a highlight.
Adam Gase, Doug Marrone. Who do you think goes next? You think Marrone?
I think it's gonna be Adam Gase because Marrone bought himself some time by winning against the Colts in the first week of the season, but they've got to do something to right the ship down in Jacksonville. Adam Gase is just a terrible coach. I could see Mike Zimmer being let go. Minnesota Vikings, if something doesn't change. I mean, that was a questionable play call at the end of the game last night to not kick the field goal and to go up by 8 as opposed to staying up by 5 and letting them go down and take a 1-point lead with Russell Wilson at the helm. But I mean, come on, you make that. You were getting 3 to 4 yards per carry against the Seahawks all night long, no matter who the running back was. So you got to have faith in your offensive leaders in that one. It's just the Seahawks came up at the big time when they needed to.
Hashtag today is Columbus Day.
Yes.
It's also Native American Day.
Indigenous Peoples Day.
Well, depending. Yes, I've seen it both ways.
Yes.
It's also National Farmers Day, and it's National Kick Butt Day. Like, that's a lot going on the 12th of October.
Yeah. My daughter has the day off of school. I don't know why.
We got Columbus Day off. I remember that.
But is it Columbus Day or is it Indigenous Peoples Day? Why did she get the day off of school?
The thing is, when we were in school, it was Columbus Day. Now, who knows? Now it's probably Indigenous People Day. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's both. Maybe she gets it off for both. Also, hashtag infused PBR. I know you used to like the PBR. Remember, you used to drink it back in the day.
I like PBR.
Yeah, PBR is good, right? They're getting into the seltzer game. But they're not just getting into the seltzer game like everybody else. They're getting into the seltzer game with some cannabis. And PBR has created a new THC, that's the stuff that gets you high, infused beverage that plans to sell in the states where marijuana is legal, like California.
So I can run down to Megan's Organic Market if they choose to carry it and get myself some weed beer. Sorry, some THC beer?
I don't know where you'd be able to buy this. Would you be able to buy this? Maybe you would have to buy it at probably. At Megan's Market is a pot shop, right?
Yes.
So if you live in one of these states, like we do here in California.
Jeremy, it's a dispensary, not a pot shop. Don't.
You call it what you want to call it, all right?
Don't degrade the...
Native American Day, Indigenous People Day, Columbus, whatever. You call it that, I'll call it a pot shop.
They're a dispensary.
It's still a pot shop to me. Yes, they're a dispensary pot shop. Right now, they are selling just in California, but I don't know where we can get this. But so you're down to try it.
We'll give the folks at Megan's Organic Market a call and find out, and they'll let us know if and when they are going to be carrying it.
I'm not interested.
Why?
I don't know. I'm just not interested in the drink itself. I don't know. I just.
Are you not American? Do you
So
not
now-
like award-winning beer? It has a blue ribbon, Jeremy.
So
Okay.
it's a hard.
How does it get any better than a blue ribbon?
It's a hard alcohol drink, and it's got THC in it. So now I'm getting alcohol and THC.
Why not? I've mixed the two before. It's not hard alcohol.
I have
Don't
too.
make it
It's
sound
never
like
ended up being
a hard
good.
alcohol drink. When you say it's a hard
Or
alcohol
whatever.
drink,
It's got alcohol in it.
that's like weird. Hard alcohol? That's not hard alcohol. It's got a little bit of alcohol.
It's got a little bit of alcohol in it. It's probably 5%, right? Those seltzers are usually 5%.
Unless you're getting the Bud Light Platinum. That's 8. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
I want that classic rock. 93.3 KZOZ rocks.
It's time to do Know the Show. We got John on the line. Good morning, John.
Yeah, how you doing today?
We're doing well,
Excellent.
man. What is it that I'm craving today?
I'm going to say, a hair of the dog or a Bloody Mary, I heard you were craving earlier.
Yeah, Bloody Mary is definitely, or a michelada, which my mom just calls red beer. 'Cause she's old school.
what it is.
She used to. I've got so many stories about my mom that she would just kill me if I told them all. But there's
But
one
here
I
you are
have to
telling
tell.
them on radio.
I have to tell one. So she's a very small
Yeah.
person. Jeff's seen her. She might weigh 115 pounds.
Yeah,
to come
she's
to town.
tiny.
And so
Yeah.
she's, it only takes a handful of these micheladas before she doesn't need any more.
Oh, yeah.
And one night we're all sitting there and I think it's Thanksgiving and we're all drinking and having a good time. And I look over and I'm like, what is that floating in your beer? She goes, you ran out of michelada mix, Clamato, so I put salsa in there.
Oh, it just sounds wrong and all. Yeah.
What?
Oh, God.
She put salsa
You need
in her
something.
beer. It was Bud Light. I mean, I'm sure it made it better, but, whatever.
Yeah.
Bud heavy.
I remember those days when I did some pretty weird things. But, that's
Oh, really?
in my past.
Let us
Yeah, I
know.
can't-
What was the weirdest thing that you did?
Oh, no, I can't. I grew up in
bread,
Hollywood.
pepperoncinis, and ranch dressing.
Hey, don't knock that.
No,
When was the last,
John,
when was the last time you had a hangover? Like a good one?
just over 5 years ago, I just passed 5 years sober.
Hey,
Oh.
congratulations, John. Hey.
Oh, thank you.
Was that by choice or necessity?
Oh no, I didn't. No nudge from the judge. Just decided it. It was time.
No judge order.
Nudge from the jet.
No,
Yeah,
no
sometimes
judge
one
order.
morning you wake up in the
I
yard
tell you what.
and you're like, hey, maybe I should stop doing this.
I haven't had a hangover like I had in years yesterday when I woke up.
Well,
it was
now,
the worst.
but you're saying yesterday because this all began Saturday night.
Saturday night.
You went to a party, didn't get laid, got in a fight. Is that how it went?
Yeah, pretty much that.
Pass blue
The worst one I ever had was many years ago in Las Vegas. We rented 2 rooms adjoining. My friend went to Costco the day before and bought handles of just about everything. And one of them he bought, as you know, in Las Vegas, you can buy Everclear. And so all that was left in the last night was Everclear, and I drank that. Well, the next morning, getting on the plane, I had the word. I was, you know how you're just clammy and pale and sweaty and
Yes.
shaky.
Yes.
I was trying to suck air out of that little vent coming out of you while you're waiting on the tarmac. Yeah, I was in bad shape. That was the worst one ever. That was many years ago.
What
So-
is Nevada's slogan? Every state has this, like, we're the Golden State. What is Nevada's? Because it should be a hangover state.
Yeah. Well, Las Vegas for sure.
You'll have the worst hangovers in this state.
Broke ass hangover state.
Yeah. You lost all your money,
Exactly.
spent it all, and lost it, and get drunk, and
Worst
now
are-
you're going home.
The worst are up at Tahoe because of the elevation. Like
Does that make it worse?
It like really dries you out, and it gets you drunker quicker.
Remember my bachelor party the next day? We were up till the sun came up, and I just remember everybody wanted to go to the beach the next day, and I kept trying to be a trooper, but I was dying.
Yeah,
I was
not
just
good.
face down in the sand.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Oh, no,
You just got
not
jammed.
good.
Exactly.
Did you get a nice sunburn pattern from that? Or-
God.
You should have put like little things on his back to give him a nice little white spots.
John, we got 25 for you to go over there to Federico's and try it out, okay? Hold on for
Oh,
us.
cool. Sounds good.
Yeah, I
Thank
think
you.
you'll really like it. It's really good. Okay, yeah. How about you? When's the last time you had one? See, I'm going to be smarter in
It's
the
been a
future.
while. I learned, if you're gonna, do that, drink hard. The water is always very
Yes.
important.
Yeah. It's been a
Something
year.
I-
I mean, even
I
while
hate
you're
water.
drinking, like, okay, I haven't had a water in a while. Let's rehydrate.
Yeah. See, when you were younger,
I know it takes up room. It cuts into your drinking volume.
you're
but
like,
still,
I'm never going to drink again after you have a bad hangover, and then you drink
till
the
the
next
next
day.
time. Yeah.
And then, but now I think it's like, yeah, I think, yeah. that
Hey, I
was a bad
survived
idea.
this. It made me stronger, right?
And now it's like, come on, I drink red wine, I drink these sugary drinks. Like, the
No,
first-
it's been a long time, but it's like, and then those mornings I wake up sick, and I know I didn't even drink anything. It's like I didn't even get the benefit of the being drunk. I still just got a headache and everything, congestion or something.
we should
Thanks.
have wouldn't be great. Back in the day, I bet you they had Bloody Mary bar. You've been here a while. They ever have a Bloody Mary bar here?
Just exclusively that? I mean, what bar doesn't serve them? I mean,
There used to be Beer Fridays here back. Were you here during Beer Fridays?
Oh, you're talking
Yes.
about at work?
At work, yeah.
At work, Bloody Mary bar?
Oh,
Radio, radio used to be really fun. Like back,
Oh, yeah.
back in the day, I heard rumors about this place. Beer
Oh.
Fridays.
and Christmas parties, and yeah.
Oh yeah, I got to experience a couple fun Christmas.
There were some
parties,
fun
but-
people. Yeah. I mean, there's still fun people, but it's like there's less fun. So
It's 2020.
no, those were the days, and then the Christmas party had an after party. So,
Oh, yeah.
you-
Always,
That was
right?
just the beginning.
All right, Seth's up next. We're going to get out of here. He's got another code word for you coming up just after 10 o'clock, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
93.3 KZOZ rocks.